Uh, uh, so in today's video, I'm gonna explain about Boyle. Not explain. Talk about Boyle's law, and hopefully, uh, teach you it, and hopefully you understand. It's been like a few, I don't know, weeks, maybe 1 month since or maybe 2 months. No, it's way too long. Since I've recorded, so I'm maybe a little bit rusty. Okay, so Boyle's law. Oh my god. Sorry, I haven't written this computer for like a very long time, so I'm really rusty. Okay, I'll just keep it like that. Okay, so Boyle's law. Yeah, it's I'll use a representation like a diagram first, cause I'm not a diagram picture, so I can explain it more better. So let's say we have a container. And you can change the volume by pressing it down right here. You can like, it's called a force. You put a force, and the volume will decrease. So you can press it down, and no air will escape. So let's pretend there are, let's say 8 molecules, air molecules. Oh my god, it's so big. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then we press it down, and now okay, no, that's not supposed to be there. And now it's around halfway compressed down. And the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 are all compressed into one space. Now I have a question. This container has more volume, so a higher, it has is a high V, which V usually stands for volume. It can stand for velocity as well, but in this case it's for volume. And this one, as you can see, it already has a low volume. Use V as volume. Now, the question is, which one do you think has a rather more lower pressure, and which one has a higher pressure? So, Boyle's law can solve it, but you can use this. You can use logic and reasoning. So we want to find the pressure. We want to find which one has a higher pressure, which one has a lower pressure. You can use Boyle's law if you want, but pressure is usually like how much air molecules are in 1 gram, or what kind of unit you're using, on cubic centimeter or meter. So the pressure also can measure the amount of collisions the air molecules collide. So since they're more spread out, they aren't that likely to collide, creating a less pressure. So we already know that this is a low. This one has a low P. We'll use it as pressure. and sorry. And this one definitely has high pressure, because the more collisions equals the higher pressure. Now, I want to get into Boyle's real equation, so like, the equation he made up. So the equation is, let's see, P1 B1 equals P2 V2. It's very simple. There you go. Next, I can do some questions, like mini questions first, but I want to show you something first. So it's a lot of laws are like graphed onto a graph. Hopefully that makes sense. So if you were to have on a test, and you're supposed to graph Boyle's law on a graph. And just to show you, just to like write so bad explaining. So let's just say that the volume, if you increase the volume, the pressure will go down, right? And let's just pretend this side is P, volume. I mean pressure, and this one's volume. And you would think that the higher it is, it would be. You would also think it would be triangle. So, in some cases, that's what I thought at first, but then it's actually curved, and yeah, it's supposed to be curved. And to this day, I also don't. I kind of understand and ish don't understand. But it is how it is, so you can't change it. And next, I'm gonna show you a little question. And boom, boom, boom. Let me delete it all. Okay, so put that in the corner. Okay, so I'm gonna use a unit. You've probably never seen it, but it's called ATM. It's just a unit of pressure. So 4.6 ATM. Now the units have to be the same, okay? If you don't know how to convert one unit to another, you might as well go to Google. I mean that's the place where most of the information's got you can find. So I'm going to do the equation right now, and let me write the volume first. So the volume is 2.5 liters. Also, the volume unit thing also has to be the same. So you can't have one in liter and then one in milliliter. So you have to change it to liter or milliliter. Which one you have? Whichever one you prefer. And we're supposed to find the pressure in this one, how much ATM it is. So, and also we have a volume of 1.6 liters. Now we can use this formula, so let's just write down the stuff we know. That's a very helpful step. So V1, we know that this is V1. 2.5 or liters. You can hear some music. It's from the TV, so please ignore it. I have a noisy background. And P1, which is this one right here, it is 4.6 ATM. And you want to include the ATM of the unit, so you can be more like, I don't know, my teacher always says like you should always include the units. For example, like 24 centimeters or meters. Next is V2, that is right here, this one, 1.6 liters. V2, no, it's not V, sorry, P2 equals, that's the one we're finding, so we don't know it yet, so I'm gonna leave it blank for now. Don't mind this, I don't know, let me just move it. Yeah, let me delete it. Next, we're gonna solve the equation, so let's fill in the thingy. So, just a little reminder, the formula is P1 V1 equals P2 V2, so I'm gonna try to keep it at the corner. P1 is 4.6 so we're gonna write in parentheses or brackets. 4.6 ATM. You also want to include the ATM. Times, you don't write the time, you just write the brackets. 2.5 liters, and that's equal to P2, which that's the one we're finding. And since it's a number, like I forgot what it's called. You don't need the brackets around it. Next is V2, and V2 is, let's see, 1.6, which is right here. Liters. Okay, so next you would times 4.6 with 2.5, and you would get 11.5. So I'm gonna write 11.5, and that is equal to P2 times. And for now, right now, you want to use a dot for some ways times, and now it's 1.6 liters. And to do this, you would divide. You would what is it? You would isolate P2. No, isolate P2. So you'd move 1.6 liter right here. Since there's a time, it would become divide. So then it's equal to, it's basic algebra, so you should know it by now. 11.5 divided by 1.6, that gives us P2 equals, go down here, 7.19 ATM. Okay, remember ATM. Now it varies from your question. If it's ATM in the question, example of the question, then it's ATM. If it's pascals, it's pascals. If it's another unit, it's another unit. It has to be the same unit, okay? So now we know the answer is, pressure is 7.19. Now we can fact check this. If the lower the volume, the lower the volume, the higher pressure. So let's see. V1 has 2.5 liters, and V2 has 1.6 liters. So we should, let me write ATM right here. So we should have a lower pressure in object number 2. And it's true. See, P1 only has 4.6 ATM, and P2 has 7.19 ATM. So we know, we have a chance to know it's wrong or right. So if it's higher, if P2 is higher, well, in some cases, then it'd be wrong or right. It varies from scenarios to scenarios, so it can be different. Now, I'm gonna write down the rules. I know I already said that, but I think it would be better because I'm just explaining them at random times. I think it would be better if I write it down. So let's, I'm gonna add a text. It'll be way more easier. So I'm gonna write P1 has to match P2. So the units. I'm gonna P1. Yeah, P1 has to match P2. So the P1 units. That doesn't make sense. Does it? You know what I mean, okay? P1 units has, or actually no, like, P1's units has to match P2's units, so that they have to be the same. They cannot be different. Let's do, enter. For example, I have a KPU. This is also a unit to Tor, and this is X. This is wrong. And Tor to Tor is correct. Let me use this. Wait. Is there emoji? Is there check mark emoji? Please say there is. I'm literally gonna spend like 2 years finding the emoji. Okay, this is close enough, you know. This is close enough. and that's one rule. And next rule is P1's unit has to be the same as V2 unit. So another example, I think y'all know, okay? So next, conversion. I think, yeah, that's how you spell it, I think. Hopefully, don't roast me in the comments. So 101 or 101.3. This is just an example. I mean, not example. This is KPU tutor equals to 760 tor. Now this is either where I mess up the recording or I succeed. So we have here in brackets. This is a number where you're gonna place how much KPU you need. So like KPU, and then I'm gonna go under here and write dash because this is where you're dividing over 1. So right here, 1. And right here, you're gonna times, and I'm gonna write dash, 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 dash. And above here, I'm gonna write 760 tor. And this is how you convert 101.3 KPU. Now you're gonna cross multiply. I mean, cross divide. Wait. Yeah, I think you can use this formula too. So this is where you're gonna place. For example, you want 100 KPU, right? And then you're gonna times the top with the bottom. Or actually, you can figure it out yourself. I'll link a video about the conversion because I'm not sure. So I don't want to like ruin your day, like fail your test, because I'm also unsure. It's been like I don't know, almost half a month. I mean, not half a month, half a year since I've done this. So I don't want to mess your day up, and I'll link a video where you can watch another Boyle's law, just in case I explain anything wrong. That guy said what he said is definitely right, so you can trust him more than me. Anyways, I think that's all I have today, and I'll see you maybe in like a few seconds, few like days. My voice just got really deep. Anyways, I'll see you in the next video, whenever you decide to watch again.